If you're over 60 and your stomach has been bloated, sluggish, or backed up no matter what you eat, your gut is sending you a warning sign. And the fix has nothing to do with fiber, probiotics, or anything you've tried before. These are simple things you can do at home, most cost nothing, and most doctors won't mention any of them at your next appointment. I'm going to show you 5 of them. One you can start at your very next meal.
Stick with me, because tip number 3 is the one your gastroenterologist has almost certainly never brought up.
It's not a food, it's not a supplement. And once I show it to you, you'll understand why nothing you've tried has worked. Before the 5 fixes, let me show you what's happening inside your gut right now, because this is where it all starts. Gastroenterologists discovered this back in the 1980s. It's called the migrating motor complex, the MMC, and it's still one of the most underappreciated systems in digestive health. Think of it as your gut's built-in street sweeper. Every few hours, it sends a wave through your small intestine, clearing out undigested food, dead cells, and harmful bacteria, pushing everything down where it belongs. Now here's the part most doctors have never mentioned, and it explains everything. This cleaning cycle only switches on when your stomach is completely empty.
The moment calories hit your gut, even a handful of almonds, even a healthy smoothie, the sweeper stops immediately and resets to 0. In today's world, most of us are grazing all day. Breakfast, a mid-morning snack, lunch, an afternoon bite, dinner. The sweeper never gets a shift.
Bacteria stagnate. Food ferments. That's your bloating. That's the heaviness after every meal. The fix: space your meals 4 to 5 hours apart, with nothing in between. That growling you hear mid-morning? That's not hunger. That's your street sweeper running. If you're finding this helpful, hit subscribe. I put out natural remedy tips and gut health fixes for people over 50, 2 to 3 times a week. Now let me show you the one habit that reverses gut bacteria decline after 60.
Here's something most people over 60 don't know.
Gut bacteria diversity drops by as much as 50% after age 60. It explains why digestion that felt fine in your 40s feels broken a decade later, even with no changes to what you eat. The American Gut Project, one of the largest microbiome studies ever conducted, found one habit that reverses this. It's not a supplement, it's plant diversity. The single strongest predictor of a healthy gut was eating 30 different plant species per week. Not the quantity, the number of different ones. Before that number scares you, it includes herbs, spices, nuts, and seeds. A pinch of cumin counts. Different bacteria eat different plant fibers. Eat the same 5 vegetables every week, and you're feeding the same 5 bacteria, while the rest starve. Rotate in new plants, and you rebuild an ecosystem that crowds out the bad bacteria. This week, count your plants. Aim for variety, not volume. Here is tip number 3, the one I teased at the start. Your gut bacteria produce 95% of the serotonin in your body. Not your brain, your gut. When you eat after dark, you shut that production down. Which is exactly why so many people over 60 wake up at 3 a.m. and cannot get back to sleep. It has nothing to do with stress or anxiety. It is your gut on the wrong schedule. Your digestive enzymes and insulin sensitivity peak in the morning and drop sharply after dark. Late eating disrupts your digestion and your sleep chemistry at the same time. The fix: finish eating 2 to 3 hours before bed. Keep your window roughly between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Your gut lining regenerates overnight. Give it the space. Here's something most doctors rarely mention. After the age of 55, the vagus nerve, the communication line between your gut and your brain, gradually loses tone. Your body gets worse at switching into digest mode, even at rest. That's why digestion worsens after 60, with no change in diet. The wiring weakens. You can retrain it in 30 seconds. Before your first bite at any meal, take 3 slow, deep breaths. Make the exhale longer than the inhale. Functional medicine practitioners report this one shift produces faster digestive improvement than most dietary changes. It activates the vagus nerve and signals your brain, "We're safe, start digesting." Stomach acid rises. Gut movement activates. Try it today at lunch. Tip number 5 shocked me, because what's quietly undermining your gut bacteria might be sitting on your kitchen counter right now. You could do everything right and still struggle if you're unknowingly disrupting your microbiome daily. 3 things to check. Your drinking water. Tap water is chlorinated for public safety, but research shows it can act as a low-level antibiotic in the gut, thinning the bacterial colonies you're building. A basic countertop filter costs less than 1 probiotic bottle. Your produce, strawberries, spinach, and grapes carry the highest pesticide residues. Choosing organic for just these makes a real difference. And your antibiotic history. If you've had 3 or more courses in the past 5 years, start with fermented foods first. Kefir, plain yogurt, kimchi, before adding plant diversity. Reintroduce bacterial strains before you try to feed them. Tell me in the comments, which of these 5 is your weakest link? The meal spacing, the plant variety, the late night eating? Drop it below. That's genuinely how I decide what to cover next. The next video shows you exactly which foods feed the bacteria responsible for energy and inflammation after 60. If you haven't subscribed yet, now is a good time. New videos every week, built for this stage of life. Your street sweeper has been waiting. Give it the chance to run.